Hello everyone and welcome to Voice After 50, the podcast where we as women over 50 and beyond talk about, unravel and explore the complexities, the changes and the exciting explorations we experience at this stage of our lives. I'm Beverley and I'm so glad you're here. Before we start, I just want to remind you to subscribe to my podcast so you can get updates and alerts when new episodes drop. Today, I want to talk about something that hit me like a ton of bricks the moment I turned 50, menopause. And I know, there's been more conversations about it lately, more openness and more women speaking up, and that's really, really good and so important. But I'm not here to tell you that menopause is empowering. I'm not here to sell you some graceful transformation into wisdom. I'm here to tell you the truth about my experience. The messy, uncomfortable, sometimes enraging truth. Because I think we need more of that. So let's get into it. I turned 50 and almost immediately my body staged a revolt. I bloated, I gained weight seemingly overnight, my joints started aching in ways they never had before. I developed food intolerances I'd never had. My hair got thinner, brain fog rolled in like a heavy weather system and just stayed. And the hot flashes, oh my goodness, the hot flashes. They'd come out of nowhere. I'd be sitting at my desk, perfectly fine 1 minute, and the next I'm radiating heat like a small furnace. Drenched, uncomfortable, confused. But here's the thing, I didn't connect the dots right away. I just thought I was falling apart, getting old, losing my edge. Work was stressful, finances were tight, I had demands left, right and centre. It must be burnout, right? And then the insomnia started. Now, I've never been a great sleeper, but this was different. This wasn't just trouble falling asleep. This was laying awake at 3 a.m, mind racing, body uncomfortable, hot flashes arriving like uninvited guests throughout the night. Sleep became something I used to do, a distant memory. And all through all of this, I kept thinking, I should be handling this better. Other women manage. My mum managed back in the day like a warrior. What's wrong with me? So that's where it started. But it didn't stop there. Over the next 7 years, yes, 7 years, things progressed in ways I wasn't prepared for. My fingers started changing. Slight distortions from what I'm now told is early osteoarthritis. I'd look down at my hands and think, those don't look like my hands. The brain fog got worse. I'd run upstairs to get something, reach the top, and have absolutely no idea why I'd gone up there. Just blank. Standing there like I'd teleported and left my memory downstairs. But at least I got some steps in. And then there was the emotional piece. I'd leave the room to cry at things that never used to touch me. A kind word, a sad advert, the fact that my body hurt when it rained. And then, without warning, I'd swing the other direction. Rage. Not irritation, not mild frustration, red rage. And nowhere did this show up more clearly than in my car. Let's just say my vocabulary has become colourful, creative even. My car has become the one place where I don't filter myself, where every driver who doesn't say thank you gets a very detailed, very loud opinion about their manners. Would I be proud if someone recorded it? Absolutely not. But in the moment, it feels necessary. Now, I'm not a road rage driver. I am not tailgating anybody. I'm not racing anybody. I'm not taking up a challenge with anybody. Certainly not, especially in my humble little car. But when somebody cuts me off on a roundabout, something in me just erupts. And for years I thought, this is hormones. This is irrational. I need to get a grip. But now I'm starting to wonder if it's not irrational at all. So after 7 years of this, 7 years, I finally went to my GP. Why did it take so long? Honestly, a combination of things. Part denial. Part thinking I should be able to handle it on my own. Part not wanting to be dramatic. Part just surviving. Getting through each day and telling myself it would settle down eventually. But it didn't settle. It intensified. And I realised I couldn't keep doing this alone. So I made the appointment. I walked in and I said, I'm struggling. This is what's been happening. And that conversation, finally having it, was the beginning of something shifting. Not fixing, not solving, but shifting. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've figured it all out, because I certainly haven't. But I have tried some things. Some helped, some didn't, some I couldn't sustain. I tried keto, lost a lot of weight, felt so much better, clearer, less achy, more like myself. Could I sustain it long term? Absolutely not. It was too restrictive, too isolating, too hard to maintain in real life. But here's what I took from it. For me, and I want to stress, for me, cutting down on carbs made a real difference. Not eliminating them, just reducing them. My body felt less inflamed, less painful, more manageable. That might not be true for you. Your body might need something completely different. And that's the frustrating thing about menopause. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, no magic solution that works for everyone. You have to experiment, listen, pay attention to what your body is telling you. I'm still doing that, still adjusting, still learning. And I think that's okay. We don't have to have it all figured out to talk about it. So here's what I've been thinking about lately. What if it isn't my body failing me? What if menopause is my body's nonsense detector finally going off? After 57 years of pushing through, of being polite when I didn't want to be, of saying it's fine when it wasn't, of managing everyone else's comfort before my own, what if my body is just done with that? Let me break this down. That road rage. For years I thought it was irrational. Hormones run amok. But what if it's just decades of swallowed nose finally erupting? Decades of absorbing other people's rudeness with a smile, of being polite, of keeping the peace. My body is done with that performance. It's not accepting it anymore. And honestly, neither am I. The brain fog that terrified me at first, the forgetting, the blanking out, maybe my brain is just saying, we're full. We're done storing everyone else's schedules and emotional admin and unspoken expectations. We're clearing space. For what? Well, I don't know yet. But I'm starting to think that's okay. The weight gain, the achy joints, the food intolerances, the insomnia. My body is suddenly loud, demanding, refusing to be ignored. It's screaming at me, look after me, woman. And maybe that's the point. Maybe after decades of functioning on autopilot, of pushing through discomfort, of not listening, menopause is forcing me to actually pay attention. Not in a gentle, spiritual way, but in a loud, uncomfortable, obnoxious, impossible to ignore way. So here's what I'm not doing. I'm not pretending this is some beautiful, empowering journey into wisdom. Maybe it will be eventually. I mean, I hope it will be. But right now, I'm in the mess of it. The confusion, the anger, the grief of the body I used to have and the person I used to be. And I think we need to talk about the mess more. Because when all you hear is menopause is empowering, or this is your gateway to wisdom, or embrace your crone years, and you're standing in your kitchen at 3 a.m, drenched in sweat, having forgotten why you came downstairs, crying because you snapped at someone you love earlier, you start to think you're doing it wrong. That everyone else is gliding through this with grace and insight, and you're just falling apart. But you're not doing it wrong. It's just hard. It's really hard. And pretending it's not, wrapping it up in empowerment language and spiritual metaphors, doesn't actually help. Well, it doesn't help me. What helps is honesty. What helps is hearing someone else say, this is brutal and I'm still here and that's enough. So that's what I'm offering you today. Not wisdom, not grace, just messy honesty. Menopause is a biological reality. We know that. It's a massive transition, physical, emotional, existential. And it's okay to struggle with it. It's okay to be angry about it. It's okay to grieve what's changing. It's okay not to have it figured out. So, where am I now, 7 years in? Still hot, still forgetting things, still occasionally having very loud opinions about traffic etiquette. But I'm rethinking my approach. I'm getting support, medical, practical, emotional. I'm listening to my body instead of fighting it. I'm asking for help instead of suffering alone. I'm experimenting with what works for me: nutrition, movement, rest, medication, all of it. And maybe most importantly, I'm letting myself be honest about how hard this is. Not graceful, not wise, just honest. And that feels like the real transformation. Not becoming some serene, unbothered version of myself, but becoming the version who doesn't pretend anymore, who says, "This is so hard right now," who lets the tears come when they need to, who speaks up when something doesn't sit right, even if it takes a minute to find the words, who takes up space even when that space is messy. If you're in the middle of this too, if you're tired and confused and angry and grieving and also somehow still showing up every day, you're not doing it wrong. You're just doing it, and that's enough. Thank you for listening. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your experiences, your struggles, your own messy truths about menopause. So until next time, talk soon. Follow and join me on Instagram at VoiceAfter50 and Facebook, where we can continue these conversations, share reflections, and support each other through all the twists and turns life after 50 brings. A quick note: the content of this and all podcast episodes is for general information and entertainment purposes only. It's not professional advice, counselling, or therapy. Please consult a qualified professional for any personal, medical, or psychological concerns.